Und hello everyone, I'm amazing. Check me out. Hello YouTube, it is good to be back behind the wheel of my electric banjo here. What I just demonstrated was a minor chord going into a diminished chord. It has this really neat effect, and it's useful when you're trying to play more of a darker song or a song that just has, you need a little bit more teeth, because you think of the banjo, you think, you know, it's just like this naturally happy instrument. So a few years ago, I was in a band for a while. We were considered a blues band. We didn't play bluegrass, we played blues. We kind of pushed the convention a little far. We were banging our heads up against this one tune that needed something dark. It needed something a little gritty. I just could not figure it out. I hired a friend of mine named Brian Ruskin. He's a jazz guitarist, but also plays banjo. He, you know, loves Bela Fleck. I asked him, I was like, what can I do to give this monster a little bit more teeth? You know, I have it more of a darker sound. And he's like, oh yeah, well what you do is you play this minor chord, and then you could drop it down to this diminished chord. And you see how it has that weird effect? And we did it. We got some good hard sounds out of it. I'm going to demonstrate it in C minor because I just feel like C minor has a good length. It's like the perfect length. We're going to start up here. I'm going to call this position 1. Right? And when we're going to drop it down to this diminished chord, which is actually a B flat diminished. So you got your C minor. And then your B flat diminished. Now let's just go back and forth for a little bit. And there is no rules in terms of picking. You can pick this however you want it. You can have your left hand, whatever's comfortable, whatever you've trained yourself to do. There's no rules in music and how to play an instrument. You can play it any way you want. So I'm not going to go into too much detail, but that's kind of how I get that good effect with that G string. And then, see how it kind of has that double up? I've always loved that. It's something from my childhood. I'm not sure. Some classical piece I heard. So that we'll call that position 1. All right. Now let's do position 2, which is here. So here's your C minor. And we'll drop it down to this B flat diminished. And we'll go back and forth. It's a great sound. Again, you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing with it. You can do whatever you want with it, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to be picking it that way. So now we got position 1, position 2, so position 3, here's your C minor. And we'll drop it down to this B diminished. And let's go back and forth. Let's do the fourth and final. So here's our C, here's our C minor. And this is probably the easiest one for your B flat diminished. It's the bar. It's really more of a bar than anything. So there's your B flat diminished. And we'll go back and forth. So there you have it. So those are all those positions. And when you put them all together, it has this great kind of walkie effect. It's really cool lick. And again, you don't have to do exactly how I'm doing it. There's no rules to picking it. You can mess with it as much as you want. Kind of do some in-between stuff, but yeah, it's a powerful lick, and I've used it a few times here and there whenever I needed it, and it's just great. And I hope you get to use it sometime, because that means that you're using the banjo for more than just a banjo. One of the best lessons that I got is just something that I came up with. So I don't consider myself a banjo player. I consider myself a musician who plays banjo. And that means that there's no limits. I don't just play banjo music, and you can do that too. There's no reason why you can't play Marilyn Manson or Nine Inch Nails or, Ozzy. Who's stopping you? Who cares? Do what you want. And, there's no limits. And it's not just a joke. You can really go far with this thing and really push it. So I really hope to really emphasize that. And I really hope you take that away, is that, don't limit yourself. I'd say that's my lesson for today, is don't limit yourself. So I hope you enjoyed that lick, and I hope you get to use it. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. That would help me out, and hit the subscribe button and that notification bell. So when I come up with something else and I'll put it up, you'll get a notification that says, hey, there's another thing coming up. And I hope you enjoyed it. So take care. Thanks.
Skrijt ook en ik.